Hello everyone, this is Jeremy and welcome to another episode of Retro Fat. In this series from the Ranger Project, I watch old television shows and movies from my youth and I react to them. Now, why the name Retro Fat? Because this pop culture is retro and I'm fat, and someday soon my fat will also be retro because I'm trying my best to lose this weight and reclaim my health. If you don't know, I am also a colon cancer survivor. I'm doing great. Had a good visit just last week, although my oncologist thinks I might be anemic, but I'll update on that as I find more information about it. It's kind of odd that I'm a big guy, I like red meat, to the point I have to watch it a little bit because of the colon cancer diagnosis, and now I'm anemic. But that is a thing that sometimes happens with colon cancer survivors. I digress. Right now on Retro Fat, we're in the midst of just the 10 of us, and we're watching our way through the series in order. So when you leave a comment, I hope you will do this episode next, I promise I will get to it. Today is episode 13 of season 2, episode 17 overall. It's called A Day in the Life. It was directed by Frank Bonner, who is our very own Father Hargis, may he rest in peace, and it was written by Kevin Abbott. This episode initially aired on February 10th, 1989, and this is one I personally remember very fondly. It's a Wendy-centric episode, and I think you'll enjoy it as well. Deb Harmon's character, Elizabeth, also gets to shine a lot more in this episode than she might in others. So this is a fun one. Now, last week, we had our first Lubbock Babes episode, and I know from the comments on YouTube here that it was very well received. I'm very, very happy and grateful that YouTube did not pull it. I was worried, but hopefully we're in the clear. Now, I greatly appreciate seeing your comments, and I know from at least a few of the stars of the show that they enjoy seeing us enjoying the show today, 30 years later. So please keep watching, and hopefully even when the show's over, these videos will stay here so we can keep enjoying them. Now, I do have a quick plug for a project. It is not my project, but it is a project by our very own Bill Kirkenbauer, aka Graham Lubbock. He has a podcast called The Kirkenbauer Half an Hour to the Second Power. I love the name. On Two Guys Into Fridays podcast last summer, he even shared that he floated Kirkenbauer Half an Hour as a potential name for the series, which, I mean, it worked for, the Cosby Show. Why couldn't it have worked here? But anyway, if you enjoyed Bill's stand-up, I definitely recommend you check this out. I'll put a link to his podcast in the description below. On his YouTube page this week, he shared a link to the video opening for season 2 of his podcast, and I'm pretty sure season 2 is going to be a video podcast. I haven't seen any episodes of that yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. You should definitely check out the opening, if for no other reason than it is the most 80s sitcom opening for a podcast I've ever seen. It was quite humorous. All right, with all of that said, and of course I will pause periodically to react, let's get on to our episode.
And for our final announcement of the afternoon, the Future Priest Club would like to invite you to their annual Sadie Hawkins dance. So, come get down with these mirthful men of God in an evening. Wait a minute, how long has this been going on? No wonder we don't have any priests coming out of the stinking club. Canceled that announcement.
Father Hargis.
Not now, sister. I'm on the air. What are you doing?
Mrs. Lubbock and the infants.
Have you heard anything yet?
There's no reason to be alarmed.
So Wendy's back?
Well, no.
Well, then there's reason to be alarmed.
Oh, what's so important? Elizabeth, what are you doing here?
Coach Lubbock.
We heard.
They've lost Wendy, Graham.
What are you talking about?
I told her not to be alarmed.
She's missed 3 periods.
She's pregnant?
Graham, she's not pregnant. She's missing.
Oh, thank God.
In here, Missy.
Oh, Wendy, thank God you're okay.
Wendy Lubbock and Sister Urban.
I got it. Where have you been since lunch?
Well, what's it to you?
I was talking to my daughter.
Around.
This young lady has been playing hooky. I caught her at the mall today with 2 of our fine young muscular men.
What in the Sam Hill were you doing at the mall?
I needed a new jogging bra if it's any of your business.
I'd like to just spend one day working in my office without nuns.
Now, before you go flying off the handle.
What the hell do you mean taking off in the middle of a school day? You think you can just take off any old time you want, go anywhere you please without telling someone? Why can't you be more responsible? There are people that care about you. Look at your mother. She's a wreck.
Thank you, Brenda.
Well, I'm really sorry.
Well, you should be, young lady.
Well, I never would have skipped class if I knew I was going to get caught.
That's it, Miss Lubbock. 15 demerits, which, if I recollect correctly, puts you over the top. You are hereby suspended for 3 days.
Suspended?
Mother of mercy. And in front of your little brother and sister, too.
Wait a minute. You mean I can't come to school at all? What if I have a test or something?
You'll just have to miss it.
Wow.
One more word, and it'll be a 6-day suspension.
Well, I think you're...
It's a race and I know I can win it, 'cause I'm learning the rules of the game. If I can...
All right, first thing I want to say, I was trying to pause and I had to get my mouse involved. The nun, the not Sister Ethel, who's always hysterical, the Sister Urban, I don't know if we see her again, but that actress was Diane Delano, and she was a few of the things that I've personally seen her in. I'm a big horror movie buff, so I recognize her from Jeepers Creepers 2, an otherwise terrible movie, but she had a fairly small role in it. I think she was the bus driver in that film, but she was also Coach Bobby Glass, I believe was her name, in a TV show called Popular, which is something I might do a retro fat about later, because it was another drama comedy. Well, this isn't drama comedy, but it was another show that was canceled well before its time, back around the year 2000 or so. It was created by Ryan Murphy of Glee fame, but she was in that, and it was kind of fun seeing her here. This would have been 89, so a good 10, 11 years before Popular, but she's an actress with amazing comedic timing. So I hope we see more of her in Just the 10 of Us. I just honestly can't remember at this point if we do or not.
Stay on the ball, take it minute by minute. I just might make the Hall of Fame. What can I say? I'm doing it the best I can. Leaning on nobody but me. Oh, seeing it from where I stand. Nothing comes easy. Oh, I'm always bringing home second places. At the end of every one of my daisies, a house with all of the bases that keep me doing it the best I can. Yeah, I'm doing it the best I can. I'll keep on doing it the best I can.
Wendy, with all of your fooling around, with all of your misbehaving, this is the first time you've cut a class.
First time? Oh, if that's what you're upset about, I can assure you that I've... Oh, this is the first time.
Wendy, and the last.
No Lubbock has ever been suspended from school before.
You act like this is my fault.
Well, who else's fault would it be?
Well, whoever made up the stupid demerit system, if it weren't for them, I'd be in no trouble whatsoever.
We believe in corporal punishment.
No, we don't. Wendy, why would you cut class? You're finally getting good grades in school, and then you go and do a thing like this.
Well, I'll tell you. But you're going to both be very ashamed of yourselves. I missed my own lunch period to go get Marie a birthday present.
For her birthday 2 months ago.
Now you understand the urgency.
Why'd you take the 2 boys with you?
Well, I needed a ride. And I wanted to make sure that I got back to geometry in time because I know how disappointed you would be if I missed class. And if you look at yourselves, you'll see that I was right. Okay, you want the truth? Here it is. I would have made it back to class in plenty of time if the lady who pierced ears hadn't taken such a long lunch.
You got your ears pierced for Marie's birthday?
It was a tribute. Okay, who's kidding? Who? I'm lying. By the time I finished my honesty act, Mom was speechless and Dad was in tears.
You actually sound proud of your trickery.
Marie, you're so right. I'm so ashamed. I mean, what am I becoming?
Oh, Wendy. I didn't mean to upset you.
Sucker.
John's good. So for skipping 3 classes, you get a vacation?
Oh, that's how I see it.
Boy, that makes me mad.
Good for you, Cindy.
Yeah, the one time I don't go with her and something good happens.
You know, I don't mean to be bragging or anything, but I'm the first Lubbock to be suspended.
Wendy, don't you see? Don't you understand? The person you're hurting is yourself. You're going to regret missing these 3 days of school. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of your life.
Oh, Wendy, I'm sorry. I got you again.
Honey.
I find it a little funny that we had an attic scene, and I don't know that Connie was in that scene at all. But I can't help but comment on the fact that good, kind, sweet Marie is trying to reason with Wendy and get her to see the error of her ways, and it's just simply straight up not working. I wouldn't think even Marie would be that naive to buy Cindy's act, but there it is.
There's one blessing in all of this, and that is that I think Wendy has finally realized that she's just fooling herself. She'll buckle down. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon and for the rest of her life.
So, Brad, you're telling me that you, a professional educator, bought her honesty act?
Not in the least. I spit on her act.
Graham, one of our kids is cutting classes. Even Cousin Spike in Reform School doesn't cut classes.
Elizabeth, his teachers handcuff him to his desk.
Graham, if she's suspended today, she could be expelled tomorrow. And then she'll hitchhike to L.A. Everyone hitchhikes to L.A., even people with cars. Before you know it, we'll turn on MTV and there she'll be spread on the hood of some foreign car.
You watch MTV?
MTV? Will you stick to the subject?
Well, I would if I knew what it was.
Graham, there is one blessing in all of this, though.
Wait a minute, I said that a minute ago when you jumped down my throat.
Quit living in the past, Graham. We have a problem to solve here. Now, as I was saying, the one good thing about this is I'll have 3 days to talk to her, woman to woman. Right now, the only one I get to do that with is you. Oh, you know what I mean. I am positive that I'm going to be able to get through to her and show her that sooner or later she's going to have to assume some responsibility. Oh, not that you, a professional educator, have completely failed.
That never occurred to me.
I know, dear.
Okay, is it true that all the money he gets for skipping class is a 3-day vacation from school?
Yeah,
No, she's being punished.
Wish I could get punished like that.
That's the wrong attitude.
Why?
Why? Why? Can anybody answer that? Cindy.
Does anybody know which part of the cow the sausage is?
Look it up. Does anybody else know why? Sherry.
Because losing her education is punishment enough. She realized that. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, but soon, and for the rest of her life.
I couldn't have said that better myself.
Dad, in the interest of justice and to clear up any confusion in the minds of the less gifted. What's everyone looking at me for? Oh, yeah, like you know where sausage comes from. As I was saying, Dad, the Christian thing to do is make an example of Wendy and nail her buttocks to the barn.
Hallelujah.
You guys don't understand your sister at all. She understands what she's done. She understands that she has to change. Just yesterday, right in this very room, she looked me straight in the eye. And I'll admit it, I cried when she said, "Today is the first day of the rest of my life." Where the hell is Wendy?
Sleeping in. Maybe today is the day before the first day of the rest of her life.
No, Raul, I won't be needing the limo tonight. Neither will you.
Honey?
Huh?
Are you still asleep? But today's a school day.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'm suspended. I have the whole day off.
Wendy? Oh, honey, I hate to interrupt your well-deserved sleep, but you see, today you're going to have to learn what responsibility's all about. Get your butt out of bed.
Oh, what happened? I've overslept. Somebody turned off my alarm.
Yeah, it must have been Raul.
Oh, wait a minute. What am I late for? I'm suspended. I have the whole day off. I mean I have the whole day to turn my life around.
Wendy, I have a deal for you that's going to let you sleep in for the rest of your suspension.
I'll take it. What is it?
Well, you do my normal chores today, and you can coast for the next 2 days.
It's a deal.
Great. Here's the list.
3 loads of laundry, clean the breakfast and leftover dinner dishes, beat the hallway, the living room, the bedroom rugs, vacuum everywhere, breastfeed Melissa.
I'll handle that one. So, see you downstairs.
Mom, as generous as your offer is, I'm unworthy of your generosity. So here's your list back.
Oh, Wendy, you know, I didn't think you were worthy either. But hearing you admit it, well, it makes me realize that you are worthy after all. Here.
Who's kidding who? I was trying to weasel out of my chores. I didn't mean a word I said.
Neither did I.
So where does this leave us?
On your way downstairs.
And Mom said this was 3 loads.
I will admit I was a very spoiled child, and I was older than Wendy before I actually had to do my own laundry. I don't recommend that as a parenting strategy, but that is what happened. And I did not get this joke when I was a kid. I thought if it would fit in the washing machine, it should be you can wash it. As an adult, there have been a few times that I have overfilled the washer. I have a top load washer now, but when I had a front load washer, it was almost as bad as what we're going to see here in a few moments. But anyway.
What's next on my list? The breakfast dishes. Ugh. Boy, I live with such pigs. Oh, I'll be done with this list in time for the bold and the beautiful.
Oh, how's it going, honey?
Oh, great, Mom. The laundry's almost done and the breakfast dishes are taken care of.
You almost sound like you're enjoying yourself.
Well, I have no time to talk because I have chores to do.
Wendy, I'm really pleased with this attitude. You know, I knew that if we spent some time together, just the 2 of us, that we... Wendy?
Yeah, Mom?
I think you missed a dish.
Boy, that JR is such a weasel, I tell you.
Save it, Wendy. You're not fooling me.
Well, I didn't say you put him in there. I just said he was a weasel.
Honey, the whole purpose of today is to teach you a little responsibility.
Okay, but at least give me some credit. I didn't screw up on the laundry.
Oh, okay. What's that sound?
Oh, my God, Mom, are you supposed to do that? Well, I didn't think so.
Okay, so my laundry mishap didn't quite do that, but it did move around to the point that it kind of walked a little bit. I have to comment on Elizabeth as a TV mom. I like that this woman has raised 8 children, and granted, some of them are infants, but I like that Wendy is not able to get anything over on her. Like, Wendy tries, but Elizabeth is always going to be 2 steps ahead, which kind of makes me wonder, are Elizabeth and Wendy cut from the same cloth a little bit? Just a thing I wonder about. I know that in later episodes we learned that Elizabeth seemed to have been a bit more like Marie, but I don't know. I'm kind of wondering now.
So 2 little mistakes and she freaks out. I mopped the kitchen floor and that wasn't even on my list. Gee, so you're a live hooter. Well, I haven't seen you move all morning. You're lazier than I am, you worthless little hairball.
How's it going, honey?
Oh, Mom, this time I really got it under control. The sheets are hung, the sun is shining, there's a nice breeze in the air.
Wait a minute. We don't have any pink sheets. Oh, great. I've been doing somebody else's laundry. Well, I would like credit on the list, please. Wendy, you didn't wash this with the white sheets, did you?
What white sheets?
And you'll stay out here until you can learn to keep a civil tongue in your head, you worthless little hairball.
Aren't you gonna throw the book at me?
What happened? What'd you do?
Tell him Uncle Frank's traveling underwear salesman joke.
Not the one that ends with, if they weren't watermelons, what were they?
That's the one.
Well, then what's not fair? You should have been sent to the office and given 10 demerits.
10? I thought a good dirty joke was worth 15 easy.
Wait a minute. You want to get in trouble?
Not just trouble, big trouble. I want a vacation like Wendy got a vacation.
Stupidest thing you have ever come up with.
Why?
Well, because...
It's gotta be a teacher making the rounds. Stand back, Sherry, and watch a master at work.
You are in trouble, mister.
What kind of trouble?
Big trouble.
All right! Yeah!
While you're sitting there, Father, I've got an amusing little joke to tell you.
I have to say that as an educator myself, former high school teacher, current education professor, I have never fully understood the logic in suspending someone because it is kind of viewed as a vacation. Schools now, I think, are doing more in-school suspension, which rather than get to go home and just, do nothing for a few days, let your grades suffer, big deal, you have to go, at least in the school that I worked in, you had to go to a different room rather than your classrooms, sit there, do work all day, do nothing else but study. Lunch was a solo affair. That way you're still working on your education and not just sitting at home watching The Bold and the Beautiful like Wendy wanted to do. So I do have to say, though, in the 80s and 90s, suspension was a thing. This was how kids could be punished.
22 mistakes and she comes all unglued. What are you touching? What did you just clean? Nothing, I'm just dusting the table. Oh, let me see. Did you scratch it? No. Oh, you're putting it on a little thick, aren't you? What are you polishing with? Style and shine? Hairspray? You're polishing with hairspray? I am? You are? And you had to use extra hold.
Mom, I wanted to do a good job. My heart was in the right place.
So's all this stuff, too. This is not going anywhere. Oh, honey, I'm sorry. It's just I'm a little on edge ever since that power mower incident.
I apologize for the stinking tulips, didn't I?
Listen, I got an idea. Listen, while you're waiting for the furniture to set, why don't you vacuum the rug? I mean, you can't do any damage to the rug, can you?
You act like I'm dangerous to be around.
Oh, no, honey. I got an idea. Why don't you keep an eye on Harvey, okay? Because, you locked yourself in the closet yesterday, didn't you? Can you give me a kiss? That's my good boy.
Mom, don't worry about the furniture. The hairspray never holds for more than 2 to 3 hours.
Oh, yeah, will you be a good boy, okay, Harv? One bad seed's enough.
Ooh. So this is why you were in here. You were listening to this, weren't you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Likely story. Oh, now, we don't want to disturb the neighbors now, do we? Or Mom, for that matter. Now I can work!
Wendy, I thought you Wendy? Wendy? You can't hear a word I'm saying, can you?
Oh, I can't hear what you're saying. The vacuum cleaner's too loud.
Mama, I know it looks like I'm fooling around, but I'm sorry. Wendy, forget it. I don't want you to do anything. You are bound and determined to end up on the hood of a foreign car in some music video, aren't you?
No. Well, what kind of car?
Forget the car, Wendy. Just forget everything. You know, I really wanted to teach you about responsibility, but everything I said just went in one ear and was extruded right out the other. No, don't clean up the glass, please. I'll handle it. I don't want Harvey to have to step. Where's Harvey?
Oh, in the closet.
And I asked you to keep him out of there. You know, you can't even do that right.
Come on out of here, you little Dickens. No, don't panic, Mom, okay?
Where is he?
Well, don't panic. He's got to be around here someplace.
Harvey! Harvey!
Harvey! Oh, God, he's got to be okay. I mean, he's okay. I mean, what could happen? Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
I just realized there's both a fireplace in the kitchen and the living room. It's not like they haven't been there this whole time, but it's the first time I ever noticed that. That's kind of an odd thing for a house. I also thought it was interesting that because obviously Harvey can't be in any real danger, they let us see at the very first of this montage, which I'm wondering if that music is going to flag a copyright claim. But anyway, I found it interesting that we see Harvey in Hooter's doghouse at the very start, so we know he's safe. And I love the name Hooter for a dog. It's fantastic. I also just watched Child's Play this last week, and a little kid in coveralls. It's a little unsettling. Just, unrelated.
This is all my fault. Harvey's probably wandering the streets alone and frightened.
Winnie, now calm down.
Okay.
We're gonna find him. Now think. Where would you go if you were 2 years old?
The mall.
The mall? No. What's Harvey interested in?
What's he like?
You know, I really don't know the boy that well. Choo-choo trains. Honey, you want to play choo-choo train with Mommy? Woo! Well, don't just stand there. Chug.
Oh,
Chugga,
God,
chugga,
Mom, if
chugga,
only I
chugga.
had gotten suspended. Chugga, chugga. I wouldn't
Chugga, woo!
I could only find Harvey. Chugga, chugga. And it was all right. I swear I would never do anything irresponsible again in my life.
Yeah. Chugga. No, it couldn't have gone far. Woo! Let's just not do anything stupid. Chugga, woo! I'm gonna go towards the school, and I'm gonna chugga in the other direction.
Okay. And if I find him, I'll blow my whistle.
Wendy, this is a pretend train. We don't have a whistle.
Oh, okay. Oh, look. Who knows where Harvey is? This is just like Lassie. Oh, show us, boys. Show us where he is. Just exactly what are you trying to show us here, boy?
All right, that's it. I'm gonna call the police.
Oh, Dad, you dumb dog. Lassie would have never lied down on the rescue.
What's that?
Oh, Harvey. Thank God. Come here, sweetheart. I know. Oh, how could you wander away like that? You think you can just take off anytime you want? Go any place you please without telling anybody? Don't you know that there's people that really care about you? I mean, how irresponsible can you be? Where have I heard that before? Harvey, look at Mom. She's a wreck.
That scene with the chuggas was very typical late 80s into the 80s into the 90s kind of slapstick, which the show doesn't do that often, but it does do it sometimes. But I like all of the repetition to the humor we have in this. Like, we have the continual Casablanca references, and then we had Wendy saying the same thing to Harvey that Graham said to her at the beginning. It's just a lot of throwbacks here.
So Elizabeth thought she was going to get through to her today, huh? Well, the gravy train's over, Missy.
What are you doing? I just polished that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say polish?
Hi, Wendy. How's your vacation?
She did say polish, didn't she?
Will you pick that up? What do you think I have nothing better to do than pick up behind you? Wow, cleaned up this dump. Honey! You know how hard it is to vacuum up all of these kernels?
Well, let's get back to polish.
Yes, I polished again, and this time without hairspray. Wendy, what's wrong with you? You've actually been sweating in these sweats.
You stink! Elizabeth! What the heck's going on here? Wendy smells like you do at the end of a day.
She sure does.
Hi, everyone.
We need another mother.
Wendy's pregnant?
Pregnant? I suspected something like this from the beginning.
Oh, Graham, no one's pregnant.
Oh, well, it's not that far-fetched. Girls, as I've told you from time to time, sex is the kind of thing you want to save until you get... Something happened here today, didn't it?
Yes, Graham, something did happen.
What happened?
Well, I forgot to watch Cindy's favorite soap opera because she was so busy cleaning.
Uh-huh. Well, maybe after I have a beer, I'll believe that.
Mom, why'd you do that? Well, honey, I think you're old enough to be told. You see, it's not kids against parents. It's women against men.
So we're in this together?
Oh, I hope so.
Mom, great news! Father Hargis wants to see you and Dad in his office tomorrow morning, first thing.
I'm suspended!
What? And right after that, he wants to talk to you about
All right, I don't know that I have a lot more to say about this episode. With a cast as big as this one, I think it may be a little tricky at times to do the really rich ensembles that we see from time to time. So again, this one was a very Wendy and Elizabeth heavy episode, but next week's is a little more of an ensemble where more of the kids have a bigger role, as well as the parents in the episode. So thank you so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. Please leave a comment below. I can't always reply to them, but I try to get to as many as I can. And I will see you next week. Have a good one.